When me just starting a besties, yeah besties, pull up on a chair, pull up on a chair, pull up on a chair, come close, cause we need to have we're gonna spill the tea, alright?
Like the attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like kung fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, and I just want it.
Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself?
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. As you can see, I'm by myself today. Ideally, I would have wanted to be Courtney and I, but he was not able to be a part of this video. So I'm by myself today with my little notebook because we are going to start off a series called Money Talks with the Francises. So today's going to be the first of many videos. But before I get into that video, okay, my apologies guys. So before I get into that video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, yes, that red button there, and make sure to hit the notification bell as well, so that you're notified whenever we upload, so that you're part of the first group of people who come and watch. All right, so let me give you a second to do that. All right, I do think that you have subscribed because me trust you know. So we're gonna dive into the video, but another thing, I just want to apologize for being missing for about a month. We did have a couple things doing, which we will definitely discuss with you guys. So it took a lot of our time, and in doing so, we always have to prioritize what's important, because if you don't realize, we are the adults of this world. Like, we are the adults of our generation, and it's scary but so fulfilling at the same time. So we've been doing adulting stuff, and we will share those bits and pieces with you as we go along, right? So just bear with me. So yeah, besties, pull up a chair, put on a bonnet, get a glass of wine if you have to, get comfortable, because we're going to talk about money. So I have my hit list here now. Yeah, so we're going to discuss everything. We're going to dive right into it. No secrets, all teas are being spilled, everything, all things investments, everything's going to be discussed on this Money Talk series. So we're going to try our best to do one video per month, and that one video will be dedicated to all things money, all things finances. And we do hope that you enjoy this series, because we're very, very passionate about this. We live by it, we eat it, we drink it, we breathe it. So we are excited to share that with you. Once again, it's just me today. Courtney's not able to be a part of this video, but I do hope that you will stick around and enjoy it. I know it's gonna come in gimmicks. But yeah, enough of the rambling, let's jump into the video. All right, so from the title of the video, you see stocks for beginners. No. When me just starting a besties, yeah besties, pull up on a chair, pull up on a chair, pull up on a chair, come close, cause we need to have we're gonna spill the tea, alright? When I was just starting stocks, I wish I had someone to sit me down and talk to me, like this one-on-one, like what me I do with my besties them, me attack. Yeah, but I didn't have that. I had to find out a lot of information for myself. I had to research, I had to read, so it was a lot of information. I felt overwhelmed. So we're gonna break it down for now, little by little, so I can understand the thing, yeah. So first things first, why should I buy stocks? What many for buy stocks? So what was the point? What is stocks and everybody attack? But why many for buy it? Why? No. Yes and no. You don't have to buy stocks, and yes, you should. It's not a one size fit all. It's just dependent on your goals, what you want to achieve, and what your objectives are, basically. No. So I'm going to list a few things, and then I'm going to say whether or not you should invest in stocks or something else. First and foremost, if you're a person and you're at a certain age where you're trying to build as much wealth as you can, you want to build not wealth for yourself, but also generational wealth. So you want to have that level of financial security. No, there are three things that you want to think about. One, real estate. That's a very lucrative way of making money. Trust me, real estate is a big part of building generational wealth and building current wealth. The next thing is stocks. Stocks does not have to necessarily be just the stock market per se, but a lot of persons are into other forms of some branch of stock like bitcoins, cryptocurrency. So anything that requires you investing and it gives you a return, you can probably classify that as, you know, stocks. So real estate, stocks, and of course a business. Yes. And the last one that I just list, a business, is actually probably one of the safest ways to build your generational wealth and to build your current wealth, because you're buying and selling, or you're investing in something that's giving you returns on a day-to-day basis, right? So if you're a person, so you have to decide for yourself, do you want to get into stocks? Do you want to get into real estate? Or do you want to get into owning your own business? Because those three things are the key things in making sure that you earn, you know, quickly or in the long term, or for your family. You know, those are the top three things that you definitely want to get into to build your wealth, right? So you have to first make that decision for yourself, right? And out of the three things, stocks, of course, is the most risky, because at the end of the day, it's not you that's physically managing, like how you can physically manage your business and find your suppliers and order a certain amount so that you don't overspend, and monitor your stock. And in real estate, you can buy and sell a house, and you can physically see the house and know that the market is either plummeting or going up. You know, you have control over real estate and your business. But the market, the stock market, you definitely do not have control over that, and it's a very risky place to be in. So you have to be, what I say, somewhat of a higher risk person to go into stock, especially for if you want to do like short-term investments, and we'll get into that a little later. But just take from this the three major things that you want to get into if you want to build generational wealth: real estate, stocks, and owning your own business. Now, why should you get into stocks? Because this video in particular is about stocks. We'll discuss those other two factors later on in other videos. Now, first and foremost, stocks. You have short-term stocks, you have medium-term stock, and you have long-term stocks. Now, the reason why I'm listing these things is so you can better able to, you know, decide for yourself, right? So if you want to get into short-term stocks, short-term stock means that you have the stock and you will probably buy it and sell it for over a short period of time. And if you are doing a very short-term stock, because as I said, the returns for stocks is either very high or very low. It's either a hit or miss, right? So if you're doing a short-term stock, you're gonna have to do one of those stocks that probably perform great today and by tomorrow drop. And then the thing is, you don't know, because unless you do insider trade, besties, which is illegal, you know, I'm not gonna encourage that. You definitely won't know. So it's a hit or miss. So you really have to take that risk. And short term, for instance, if you want to go on a vacation and you see a stock where perform well, say Trans-Jamaica Highway went up by 20 cents today, and you're thinking to yourself, you know, I feel like they'll go up by next 20 tomorrow. Decide if I put a 500,000 or 200,000 on it, and you know your money go up, and you say quick, next day you sell it. So that's a short term thing. But those stocks like that I just gave as an example, but you have some stock that you definitely want to buy for the short term because it fluctuates so much. Trans-Jamaica Highway, that was a big IPO that a lot of persons thought that was gonna do really well. Unfortunately, it actually plummeted during COVID because it was released right before COVID, and a lot of persons were lucky enough to buy it when it plummeted. So now it's going up, and people are starting to reap the benefits. Not only that, but Trans-Jamaica Highway gives excellent dividend payouts. So they're actually one of the top two dividend payouts company. I think the top one is, I think, Carreras. Yeah. So outside of being a stock, they do pay, you know, outside of being a stock for a long term, they give you dividends. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. So as I said, I'm not saying that you should get into Trans-Jamaica for a short term. I'm just giving an example. And I can't tell you which stock to take to invest in for the short term. You will have to literally sit down. That's the thing about stocks. You have to sit down and go on the Jamaica Stock Exchange website and go through the different stocks to see how they're performing, look at the tradings, and decide for yourself based on how many trades are happening per day. If this is a stock that persons are buying and selling, they give you an idea, right? So firstly, short-term stocks are for short-term goals. For instance, if you want to go on a vacation and you want to invest quickly to get a quick return and sell back that stock. Next thing, should I get into stock if I have a medium-term goal? Yes, you can. Because medium-term goals, for instance, if you're buying a home you definitely can invest your money and, you know, let it stay there for a couple of years, or 4 or 5 years. That's about a short-term stock. A short-term stock is literally maybe a month or two. Nothing, I don't think short-term stock, I don't think even a year classifies as a short-term, but it's possibly a few months, right? And then medium term would possibly about, you know, 3 to 5 years. Let your money grow, and you can invest in stocks that are not so, that doesn't fluctuate that often, but yes, they fall and then they go up. But you want to have a stock that actually gradually increases over time to give you your return, so that by the end of the 5 years that you decide to sell that stock, you kind of have a nice little chain sitting on, right? No, long-term stock. Do I buy stocks for the long term if I have a long-term goal, for instance sending my child to university? Absolutely, because instead of having all that money sitting in the bank, sitting under your mattress, you can actually invest it and it can perform for you. And that way, the long-term stock are stocks that are very low risk, so like mutual funds, government papers, those things. You literally buy into those things, or you can buy a long-term stock like Trans-Jamaica Highway or JMMB, or buy into Sagicor or Panjam. Those long-term stock, those bigger companies, they call those blue chip stock, very secure. The returns are absolutely assured, so you know them will go up. And even if them drop, them will go back, right? So those are the long-term stock that you invest in. You don't even think about the money. Even if I see it drop today, don't matter, it's freak out. I'm like, look at me, I lose my money. No, bestie, keep the money there. Let it, don't even remember about it. Forget about it. Put it there, invest it, leave it there, so that by the time 10 years time you're ready for sell, you're good to gizzle, right? So you definitely can invest for the short term, the medium term, and the long term. And the great part about investing in stocks is that you literally have security over your money, because if something were to go wrong, you know, the chopper them, they out here, the chopper them will chop, and when them chop you, there's a certain amount of your money that is possibly insured, and you may or you may not get back all that money. So you don't want to have all that money sitting around in your bank account. You want to have it actively working for you, turn around, giving you benefits. You don't want inflation to attack your money and then the chopper them to attack it, and by the time you quit, you're gonna have no money. No, bestie, that's not cute, right? So those are a couple reasons why you definitely want to get into stock. Now, the next thing so we talk about why should you get stock. Next thing is, how do you get into stock? You decide to, all right, Mike, I'm here where I say, okay, I want to get into stock. What do we do? First thing you want to do is you want to research all the different stockbrokers that we have in Jamaica. A few of them I list here, but there are so many of them, but I list a few of the ones that I know are top ones in Jamaica. Firstly, you have JMMB, which is one of my places, so I'm gonna list them. And then you have NCB, also one of my places. And that's the beauty about it. You don't have to go to one place. You can literally go to different places. The most important thing is your JCSD number that you get when you create an account. Just like when you create an account online with your shipping company and create an account, you have to create an account with these companies, so you get a JCSD number that's specific to you, like a phone number. Nobody can't have it, even though digital are going away, but them not go to them slackness there. That is what identifies your account. So you can, if you are going to go to NCB, you can't say, oh no, I already have a stock portfolio with JMB, can I use by the same number? No. If you're going over to NCB, you're going to have to do the whole process again, right? So you have NCB, you have JMB, you have Mayberry Investments, you have Sagicor, you have Barita, you have Victoria Mutual, you have Scotiabank, you have JN Fund Management. Those are like literally off the top of my head the top ones in Jamaica currently. So you first want to decide which one you're going to go with, or which 2 or 3 you're going to go with, because you don't have to go to one. You may at the start, you may not want to bombard yourself and have one here and one there and one over there. You can start with one. NCB came up with their Go IPO, so everything is like literally so easy, which was so great for me, because I got my first IPO from them, which was the Trans-Jamaica Highway. But their platform is really easy, but sometimes when I like glitches, it gives a lot of problems. So definitely you have to look up for that. But anything with NCB, you may have that. And any banking institution that offers stock as well will run that risk. You probably won't have that issue with Barita. I really don't think you may have that with Barita or Mayberry. But like JMB and NCB and and JN fund management, you may have that. Maybe not so much JN because you're also like a mutual, like a almost like a mutual fund, almost like a not necessarily a bank, but yeah, you have to have, you know, consider those things. So firstly, you want to identify these places, decide which one you're going to go with. Once you do that, you go in to the bank, you have a discussion with your financial advisors. But the thing with that is that you may not have financial advisor at all locations. For instance, I remember when I was doing mine, NCB's financial advisor was all the way in Crossroad, and they didn't have any on Oxford Road, they didn't have any in Hope Road. So they don't have a lot of them. So they'll send you to the branch that has the financial advisor, and then you have to go there. Now, once you go there, you literally will sit down with the financial advisor and they will do a risk assessment. So they will decide whether or not you are a medium risk, low risk, or a high risk person. And that's based on, you know, how much money you have currently, your saving potential, the kind of job you're into, those kind of things. Those that will determine, because it's not like, so it won't be a case where you're earning like 100,000 per month and then you're gonna invest like they're gonna put it to invest $80,000 per month. No, you invest what you can. So it always depends on your circumstances, your financial capabilities, your job, etc. So they will determine all of that and give you basically a platter to decide from. So you'll have all of those things presented to you, and they will say, hey, I think this is what you should do. When I went in, they said, okay, I think you should fix this amount, and I think you should put this amount on stocks, I think you should put this amount on government papers and mutual fund. Like, they literally sat down and broke down everything for me, and based on my earning potential and everything, they said this was what was best for me. So in me doing this discussion, as I said, it's not based on me being a financial advisor. This is just telling you based on my journey and how I got where I am, because I've been doing this stock thing for about 2 years, and trust me, it has been one of the best decisions I have ever made to date. So I'm really excited about that, and that's why I'm so excited to share with you, because I know a lot of persons are so afraid and they may be thinking, oh my god, it's so hard to get into stocks. How do I get into it? Where do I go? You know, what stocks do I buy? You know, so I'm here to say to you that, hey, it's possible and it's not that hard. It's not that hard, trust me. And so once you have decided where you're gonna go, you go in, you talk to the financial advisor. They will give you a few options, what they think you should do, but at the end of the day, it's always your choice. So they'll say, oh, I think you should do this, but then at the end of the day, if you don't want to, you can say, no, I think I want to do this. And of course, they will support you and encourage you and guide you along the way. They'll let you fill out a few forms for you to get your JCSD number, very important number, and they'll introduce you to their online platforms, and you get started. And it literally takes like a day or two. Like at JMMB, I got my JCSD number in a matter of hours. With NCB, it took me like about 2 days. No, about 24 hours to get the number. So different places may have different policies, or they may have different turnaround times, right? But once you get that number started and you're online, you're now online on their platform, everything is just so easy, because you can see all the different stocks that are listed, and you can buy from those stocks, and you can, you know, browse around on their website. It's literally like shopping online. You click buy and you add to your cart. It's literally like shopping. It's just like and for me, who loves to shop for shoes and clothes and stuff, it's like a joy to be sitting on like, oh, I want this stock, add to cart, this checkout. So it's just really, trust me, it's so fun. But you have to also, if for instance, if you're doing short-term and medium-term stocks, you want to keep up to date with how the stocks are performing. So I usually open my Jamaica Stock Exchange browser, and I match out each of them are performing, and look and decide, say, if I want to sell any of these and buy back another time when it drops, because those are things you have to actively do for yourself. Nobody will sit down and trade your stocks for you, unless you probably get one of those brokers who will do that. But I think it's best to do it yourself. So you have to sit down and look at the stocks and see how they're performing, and say to yourself, okay, I think I'm gonna buy this today, or I may wait until this one falls, or I need to sell this one. So it's really and truly, it's just something that you have to like develop that, you know, sense for, because sometimes you may sell a stock and then by tomorrow you see it jumping and like go and beat yourself, which that has happened to me before. I sell a stock too quickly and then the next day it jump right up, and I'm like, bestie, what did I do? So, you know, you wanna be mindful of that. But at the end of the day, as I said, with stocks, it's very risky, especially with those stocks that fluctuate heavily. So sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So you want to, you know, be able to ascertain as to whether or not you want to take those risks, right? But trust me, when the returns are high, the returns are high, right? So yeah, you get started by doing, you know, taking the first step. Basically, just take the first step. Go into brand, go into one of these places that I listed, the Mayberry, and I will list them down below and again in the description if you don't remember. So you can decide which one you want to go with. Take the first step to go in, talk to the financial advisor, have them make you fill out the forms, and you know, just start the process. Don't just sit home and think it's too complicated or I can't bother, I don't have the time. No, just take the first step and go. No. The third thing I want to discuss, third and last thing I want to discuss is after you have decided why should you buy the stocks, and then you decide, so yeah, I'm gonna go buy the stocks. You buy the stocks. Now you buy the stock. What? Okay, what am I to know, Michael? What am I buy the stocks? What am I gonna do? Yes, is either you're gonna keep the stock for long term, you're gonna want to monitor it to see how it fluctuates, and if it don't fluctuate, or you're gonna sell it. So you're either gonna buy it, the stock, you can sell the stock, or you can trade the stock. Trading means you can buy it back. So it's like you buy it, you sell it. If you sell it, you just and you don't plan on buying it ever, that's it. But if you plan to trade it, you wait until it go down, you buy it again, and when it go up, you sell it. And if you see it like it's doing a little drop, you sell it back. So that's how you're trading it. Alright, so you always want to make sure that you, when you buy the stock, that is what you do. You need to monitor your stocks. Look at the Jamaica Stock Exchange website and go into trading. Click on it, click daily, and see how each stocks are performing on a day-to-day basis, and make your decision, because stocks are not like set in stone. And a lot of times stocks don't perform based on how the company is performing, because you can have companies that are doing so well but the stock is doing so poor because people are not buying it, or people are trading it so rapidly that it keeps falling. So for instance Fontana, like I think at this point Fontana is so overrated, but that's just my personal opinion, because the stock is getting so super expensive, and then after a while you just see it just drop to like nothing. And it's not to say the company is not performing well, but I just think that it was just overly subscribed, and at this point I think the stock just, it don't make sense. So if you are going to purchase Fontana, I think you should probably, you know, second think it, and you know, do some research on the company. Hopefully it will get back up. I'm hoping, because I have bought it, so I definitely am hoping. So, you know, thumbs up, hopefully it does. And another thing too, when you buy stocks, make sure to support the companies that you have bought stocks from. So I have shares in Fontana, so I always shop at Fontana. So yeah, support the companies that you have stocks in, build a company, refer people to the company, you know, and just, you know, yeah, do that. But all in all, to me, stocks is a wonderful way to gain money, and it gives you insight, it keeps you on your feet, it keeps you on your toes. Trust me, it's very, very exciting. But if you're somebody that loves to sit back and you don't want to be actively trading, or you don't want to be looking at stocks every day, and you get bombarded with a lot of information, or you get flustered, maybe stocks may not be what is best for you. But if you're somebody who want to actively take part in your financial health and well-being, and you want to like literally be looking at these things and knowing what's going on out there, knowing what's going on with these companies, how are they performing, yeah, stocks is for you, definitely. So you just have to just, you know, weigh all the pros, weigh all the cons, and see what really works for you, because as I said, it's not a one size fit all, right? It's not a one size fit all. So yeah, I'm not going to go too much into the length and breadth of this. It's just literally, as I said, stocks for beginners. So we've come to the end of the video. If you've come to the end, say woo! Give yourself a pat on the shoulder. Give yourself a pat on the shoulder. Yes, besties, thank you for sticking around. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. I really hope you learned something from it. If you have, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'm still at work, guys. You see what I have to do for now? I don't know if I love me, no, I'm not if I love me, but yeah, I'm literally at work. I am just doing this video because I don't want to go home and get too tired, because I have to drive like an hour and a half or hour and 20 minutes to get home. So I said, let me just do this video before heading home, so that when I head home, I just have to shower, relax, and go to bed. But yeah, I'm doing it now. Give me a tap on the shoulder. Make sure to give this video a like. Make sure to subscribe. And as well, me and my baby not here today, but as you always say, we'll be back with another video. Bye, guys.